Welcome to the Shoegazing 93 channel, once again, the channel that celebrates itself. And today, we had our suspicions about it as Ride fans. We knew that Andy Bell was obviously called up for Oasis in the year 2000, played with them on the Standing on the Shoulders of Giants tour. Didn't actually play on the album though. I think Noel actually recorded most of the stuff. And then he played Heathen Chemistry, wrote a few tunes like Thank You for the Good Times, Don't Believe the Truth, and Dig Out Your Soul. And then obviously BDI, and then he started Ride Up again. But it seems like we had our suspicions that maybe he might be rejoining Oasis on their reunion next year. And lots of sources are claiming that it's happening, that Andy Bell is rejoining Oasis, which will be on the bass guitar. So switching just like he did. Well, he was with Hurricane Number One, and then he was almost joined a band called Gay Dad, and then Oasis snapped him up at the last minute. But yeah, he's switching from guitar just like he did in 99 2000. He's gonna go, it seems like anyway, he's gonna go from guitar player songwriter to the sort of backing guy in Oasis, which is a bit of a shame really, but you know, it's been a great return for Ride. I mean, they've had 9 to 10 years. They announced their reunion in 2014, so we've got a good 9 or 10 years out of them, and I certainly enjoyed the gigs I went to, which is going to be my 8th time seeing them. This time next week, basically, next Monday, seeing them down in Falmouth. So that could well be the last time I see them. Well, with Andy anyway, which obviously prompts the next question of what does this mean for Ride? Where do they go from here? So, in the absence of Andy, if this is true, I mean nothing's 100% confirmed yet, but yeah, I mean it seems quite plausible that it's going to happen. Although I don't trust mainstream media at all, but I guess they don't really have an agenda to push this time, so I suppose it's plausible. But yeah, what does this mean for Ride? So if he does go, then do they get a new guitarist just to temporarily cover for Andy? And if so, who is that guitarist going to be? Obviously, Ride, they've been the 4-piece forever. Every time they've been a functional band, Ride they've never had any changes. It's always been Andy Bell, Mark Gardner, Steve Qualt, and Los Colbert. So, I mean, do they get a new guitarist, or do they just ride the storm and kind of, do they just wait for Andy to come back and then they resume things in 2026 or something? But who knows? You don't know if Oasis have like another like Nebworth planned or something to commemorate the 30th anniversary next year of that Nebworth 96 gig. A couple of nights, I mean, a couple of gigs. So, yeah, you have to wonder, is this going to be the demise of Ride? Is this the end of that successful reunion? Or will Ride carry on and with another guitarist? Or will Andy only be in Oasis for like a year and then he just comes back into the fold and Ride resume again? Yeah, who knows? I mean, if they are going to get another guitarist, I mean, who's it likely to be? The thing is, they don't really have associations with, like I said, they've only been the 4-piece. So they've only ever been the 4-piece. So they don't have any kind of like backup guys to like step in, like any like affiliations with anyone from their past. However, they do have good links to like Creation Records and Alan McGee. So they could get like someone from like a fellow Creation band, that maybe a Primal Scream guitarist, or trying to think really. I mean, you got other Oxford bands, maybe like Supergrass, maybe like Gaz Coombs or something, but I don't know. Can't imagine Gaz Coombs, because they would have to do the harmonies as well. It's not just playing. They would have to do the harmonies with Mark Gardner. So that's another thing to consider. So they have to sort of have that kind of soft voice that harmonizes with Mark really well. But they've also got to play like Andy as well, like on the 12-string Rickenbackers and the Trini Lopez Gibsons. They've got to have that kind of tone and same pedals and stuff. So, I mean, like I said, it could be like a fellow ex-Creation artist, someone from Oxford, isn't it? I mean, I know that obviously they're from Oxford, and so it wouldn't be Gaz Coombs, because he's like too much of a front man, like quite a Rolling Stones kind of voice to him, so that wouldn't really fit. Yeah, that's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, yeah, what happens to Ride? I mean, are they just going to go back to their solo careers? Obviously, Mark's done some solo stuff. Or will maybe even like Mark, Steve, and Loz might even like go under a different name. It might be like a new band, but with like three out of the four Ride members. So yeah, lots and lots of questions. I mean, it's a shame, really. Ride are my favourite band, and for that to end is a real disappointment. I mean, I like Oasis, but to me, they're only like an indie rock gateway band. I think people like Ride are actually the real deal. Kitchens of Distinction, Curve, My Bloody Valentine, you name it. You know, all of that proper indie stuff before Sony took over Creation in '92. All of that stuff is real. That's the real indie rock stuff for me. That's the real indie stuff, and yeah, it will be a shame if the Ride reunion ends because of this, just because of one member sort of dropping out. Just not sure we could do it. Imagine if we get Kevin Shields or something. Kevin Shields in Ride. Wow, that would be something. Or hmm. Maybe like one of the Chapter House guys, like Andrew Sheriff or Stephen Patman. Like one of those guys they would be a good fit, because they kind of use the same equipment like Rickenbackers, and they got the soft voices. So yeah, maybe one of the Chapter House lads could help out. But yeah, lots of questions there, guys, to be answered, and yeah, I mean, fair play to him if he does go back to Oasis. I mean, I suppose he's gonna get a big paycheck for that, like he did in the 2000s. And yeah, I mean, we've been blessed to have Ride back for 10 years anyway, so just for them to come back was a big surprise, like after the way they fell out initially. So yeah, thank you for the music. See you again soon, and we will find out what happens. Take care, guys.